Miss Danreael here, and I have a word for you. Get your love and faithfulness back. It's time to start loving again. So look, the verse for this video is Proverbs 3:3, and it reads, "Let love and faithfulness never leave you. Bind them around your neck, write them on the tablet of your heart." So this shows us how important love is to God. God wants us to be operating from the spirit of love. And if you think about Jesus and who he was the epitome of love. Like, he died for you and I. He loved people who hated him without a cause. He even loved people he didn't know. He loved strangers. Like, everything he did as far as healing, teaching, leading, discipling, all the things that he did were an expression of the love that God has for us. So it's so important that you be in a place of loving other people. Even when they doing you wrong, you still cannot allow the spirit of pride or hatred to come into your heart. You got to always have love in your heart. So love is so important. This verse tells us, let love and faithfulness never leave you. God wants you to be faithful to him. He wants you to love him as well. This is the biggest thing. A lot of us, we are in a place where we're rejecting God because we're loving the world more than we love God. And God wants you to stop this. He wants you to stop thinking the world is the most important thing in your world, because it's not. The most important thing in your life is God. God should be first in everything you do. You should be inquiring of God when you're making decisions, when you're making choices. The people that you're choosing to be around, you should be asking God to reveal to you, is this person meant for you? And you should always just be seeking his approval of everything. Love is, in the book of Corinthians, the biblical definition of it. And basically, love is defined as, love is patient. God wants us to be patient with the people around us. And I know this world can make us so impatient because we living in an evil world. We living in evil times. And we have to practice patience in all that we're doing, because God is not going to bless somebody that's impatient. And impatience can get you in trouble. Impatience is dangerous. If you be impatient with the things that you are doing in your life, you have to just wait for things. Wait on God, because God will make a way, and God's timing is so perfect. So always remember that. Love is also kind. You have to watch what you're saying to people. And the biggest thing that a lot of people struggle with that they won't admit is the way that they thinking about things. Like, are you having negative thoughts in your head, not only about your situation, but about other people? You know what I mean? Like, you have to have kind thoughts. You have to ask God to deliver you from that spirit of negative thinking, because that can block so many blessings. And I'm a victim of, well, I don't know if you want to call it a victim, but I have sometimes struggled with negative thinking. And it was more so not about life, well, yeah, about life, but about people who have wronged me. Like, I began to think negatively towards them, and that's not good, because again, God wants you to love everybody, and you have to be in a place of forgiveness all the time. You have to forgive 70 times 7, and that can be challenging. So it's important that you lean on God during the time where you are feeling like you need to forgive someone, because he'll give you the strength to do that. Also, love does not envy, it does not boast. A lot of people, they are in a place where they being arrogant, they being prideful. They're throwing the things that they've done for you, or you might be throwing the things that you've done for other people in their face. God says this isn't true love. And if you really knew what true love was, you would not even be putting up with the things that the person that you say you love or that love you, you wouldn't even be putting up with those things, because the real true love is going to feel so good. It's going to feel so nice. It's going to feel so safe. The world is not safe right now, and it's so crazy to see that. And I think a big part of it is technology. Like, it's so much room for deception and lies, and people to do you wrong. Whereas before, back in the days before there was all this technology, you had to like trust people. Like, you had to be a little bit more trustworthy, because all you could see was people. You didn't see this whole fake world on the internet. It was none of that. And you only knew the people that you saw. So y'all had to be a little bit more trustworthy. People had to come through more. They had to be more authentic, more genuine. You couldn't copy off of somebody else's persona, because all you knew was who you knew. And that's what I miss the most about the old days, is because it was more genuine. It was more truthful. There was more, authenticity. Everybody wasn't just copying each other. And it's crazy, because everybody just copying each other, and it looked crazy. So I want to encourage you, my friend, my brother, my sister, be authentic. Also, it says love is not arrogant and rude. It does not insist on its own way. When you loving somebody, you gotta put their perspective in your mind as well. You gotta think of things of how it's going in their shoes. You have to understand that it's not always gonna be about you. And a lot of people in this world, they think everything is about them. People are so selfish these days, and it's not. It's really about God. And when you in friendships and when you in relationships with other people, when you got kids and stuff like that, a lot of times you got to put other people's needs before your own. And you know, God is going to reward you for being there for other people, but don't let other people drag you so far down that you lose yourself. You always got to be who you are as well. And don't forget to take care of yourself. Don't forget to spend time with yourself. Don't forget to spend time with God, because God is waiting on you and he's always on standby. He always right there. It says love is not irritable or resentful. Again, a lot of people, they in this place where they're so angry, and a lot of it is coming from not only the environment and the things that we're consuming as far as like the internet and stuff like that. It's coming from the things that you're putting into your body. Our bodies are supposed to be our temples. If you are constantly putting junk food into your body, if you constantly eating fast food, eating all these chemicals, eating all these, fake preservatives and all these things that are in the food, you're going to be angry because it's messing up your insides. You have to eat from the earth. You have to eat the herbs that yielded from the land. You got to eat fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, water. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people, their diets are messed up, and it's messing up your hormone. It's messing up your hormonal balance, and you know what I'm saying? Everything out of whack. So you angry, you frustrated, you can't remember nothing. You got mind fog, you overweight, you aging faster than you should. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything plays a part in your walk with God, and it starts with your body. Honestly, you got to take care of your body. You got to honor it like it's a temple. God reminds us of this in his word as well. And then it says love does not rejoice at wrongdoing. A lot of people, like I said right now, the spirit of gossip is crazy right now. Like, if you look at the internet and the news and the blogs, it seems like everybody is gossiping about everybody else and what they doing. There's people on here that get paid for talking about somebody else's life and about their business. God is frowning upon that. He really is. He doesn't want us to be gossiping about each other. He doesn't want everybody to be in everybody's business. He wants you to be focused on your life, on your run, on your race, and focused on your relationship with him, because again, God wants to use a lot of people, and he doesn't want to use you for worldly things. He wants to use you for righteousness' sake. He wants you to be a disciple. He wants you to be spreading the gospel. He wants you to be preaching. He wants you to be teaching. He wants you to be in a place of purity. He doesn't want you being a whoremonger. He doesn't want you being in the spirit of fornication. He don't want you committing adultery. He don't want you to be living a life of impurity and uncleanliness. God wants everybody to be righteous and holy. You know what I'm saying? This life that we in, it's not a game. It's not a joke. You get one life, so you need to be doing what you're supposed to be doing right now. And then it says, but it rejoices with the truth. So again, God wants you to walk in the spirit of truth. He wants you to understand that he is the truth. He wants you to understand that Jesus Christ is the way, the truth, and the life. And no man can go to the Father but by him. Like, God wants you to understand these things. And he wants you to embrace love in your life. And he wants you to be faithful. Being faithful requires you to be consistent. It requires you to have a never give up type of attitude. So always remember to never let your love or your faithfulness leave you. And I'm praying that this video blessed you. I love you so much. God bless you, and I'll see you tomorrow.